Rory Stewart, aka the guy that looks like Zippy, who somehow got some moderate publicity during the Conservative leadership campaign recently, not sure why his policies were pretty hollow, has announced via Twitter that he is to quit as an MP to run for London Mayor as an independent candidate. He's also announced that he's resigned from the Conservative Party. Now, interesting thing about that is that he was expelled in the Commons from the Conservative Party along with 20 other rebels, but does remain a member, or had remained a member, of the party. This is because of the Brexit stuff. Yeah. Admittedly, the expulsion stuff did them no favours. The Conservatives, that is. But it was funny when it happened, to me anyway. In his tweet, he said it's been a great privilege to serve Penrith and the border for the last 10 years. And writing for his local newspaper, he said that, as you'll be aware, I'm no longer allowed to run as a Conservative MP in Penrith and the border. Because I have loved the constituency so much, I have considered standing as an independent. But I have decided that I wouldn't want to run against those Conservative members who have been such wonderful colleagues over the last 10 years. You don't suppose you wrote that because you knew you would lose? Which is the whole point, really. You know, had you continued, even as an independent, you wouldn't win, because while the people voted for you, they actually vote for the party. And Penrith and the border is a moderately conservative area. It should be noted that the next general election could happen within the next few months, or it could happen in 2022 and it is scheduled to next happen. So for the time being, Rory Stewart is still an MP, however the mayoral election campaign isn't far away. So whether he stands down sooner rather than later is unpredictable. Although I'm sure if it's later, he'll just carry on taking that sweet, sweet salary. Many MPs have come out in support of Rory Stewart, claiming that the Tory party is now paying lip service to one nation politics, which all stems from their own perspective when it comes to the subject of Brexit. And I get that. A lot of MPs vote Remain in Leave areas. They think they know best. They then get absolutely stomped on by somebody who's willing to take the necessary steps for the United Kingdom to respect the vote. It's why people like Anna Soubry have their own cuck party. It's quite sad. I will say, to his credit, when it came to him being prison minister, he actually wanted to reform the system, and I'm okay with that. However, some of his proposals were not ideal, certainly when it came to women and wanting to not have prisons at all for them. I was dead against it. But I understood his point about wanting to reform the system so it better suited the criminal in question. Moving on to Rory Stewart now trying to go for Mayor of London, I would point out that he doesn't stand a chance as an independent. You're either going to win with a Conservative or a Labour person. I do not see how Rory Stewart could win. He could appeal to the young hip voter all he likes, but he'll be up against Sadiq Khan, who is still moderately popular, even though the results of what he's been doing are less than desirable, since what he's been doing is photo opportunities and then blaming the government for not giving him enough money to blow on photo opportunities, when he should be using his resources on the police and building those homes he hasn't been building. Those photos must be very expensive. Got to get the right angle on that haircut, right? It's a dead trim, Sadiq. Get a new one. Whoever stands against Sadiq Khan at the next mayor election will more than likely lose, especially if they attack him. I don't believe Rory Stewart will win, so chances are he'll find work in the private sector until he decides he wants to run for politics again, because I believe he has the potential to come back as a backbencher. I'm very interested to know what you think about this, by the way. Parliament's going to miss having Zippy. As a final thing, for the last several weeks, months even, I have been using a different avatar every week that has been selected by lovely, lovely patrons. Next week that changes. I have a permanent replacement. I've had it for years, in fact, but I've never had the courage to use it on the main channel, because it's a fantastic piece of work, and I love it. And I look forward to using it regularly on this channel, because I did use it once on the main channel for a collaboration that tanked. So hopefully you appreciate, as I quite like it, if it isn't apparent enough.